I'll
Oh
leave it to you
shoot, okay.
guys.
Sure.
That screen's a bit too small for me to see the names.
Yeah, I mean they're Japanese, so I can't help.
What?
What's that thing in the center? It's like the what's
That
I've
normally
never seen
says
that
waiting for
before.
spectators.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Wait,
hop
does
off
Kazu
now.
have to ready up?
No, it's just up to the host to actually start it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then
there you go.
I assume they're just getting ready to go. Yeah, here we go. If
Sana and Booty. I actually, you see, this is the thing. I feel like the Japanese is so underground that basically every name is going to surprise us.
yeah. Sana versus Booty here. They seem to be playing pretty well. Ooh, that's a very interesting DT from Booty. I don't know which one it is, but
I mean, Booty is definitely starting it off hot because I'm fairly certain they started off with a TDPC and just built that DT with the remainder.
yeah.
And they swiped the first straight away, wasting no time.
Yeah, excellent combo there. All right.
Oh no.
Oh, they messed up. Yeah, it seems like they messed up their opener, and
I've just realized that I actually have no TD knowledge, so expect me to mess up basically everyone and not name a single one of them. Oopsie.
that's okay. Yeah, we're well past that phase anyways. MS3 apparently, interesting.
MS3, what?
There's so many mountainous stacking variants now.
There are just so many TD variants that have come to light out of the Kazu and Miya battle.
Yeah, they're very, very strong in this game.
So far, Sun is sticking to the guns. Both opens with MKO. Meanwhile, for Booty, not exactly looking so hot in the opener anymore. However, they're still getting a lot of leverage out of their TDs.
Yeah. Looks like they're counting to 4. They're definitely keeping this back-to-back chain going. Love to see it.
Very good fundamentals out of that. And I think to a lot of our for a lot of our No Limit friends tuning in to PPT for the first time, one very odd quirk with PPT and PPT2 that you may not be familiar with is garbage blocking. And the reason it matters much more here in PPT is that if you don't block all the garbage, you're gonna get all of the remainder. And because of that, back-to-back is much more essential.
Yeah, because combo doesn't block garbage, and you want to have just as much defense as possible in just very rough spots. That means players might want to build up back-to-back at the top of their board just to survive. Very, very interesting.
That being said, tanking also takes on a completely new role, and Sun has been doing quite a bit of it. Not exactly favoring them right now. However, if they can get out of this, I'd imagine they get a pretty good combo as well. Or if not, a pretty good attack chain. And this is one of the other... I guess... Because look at how high both players are, especially Booty, who's just barely managed to escape. One piece slower and they actually would have been dead.
Yeah, they're just barely staying out. Garbage is also a lot cheesier in PPT, so surviving on top of it is really, really nice. Yeah, really nice stuff from Booty there to bring it to 3-1. Like, I think this is this MS2? I'm not even. Yeah, I think this is MS2. They're gonna go for a bit of a floating off of it.
Oh, and actually, this destroys a stack. Oh,
Oh,
wait, no, never
no, they
mind. I
fix
don't
it.
know how to
Yeah,
stack this. I did not think you could spin it in like that.
that was really nicely done. That's just gonna be a really efficient opener there. Take out Sana for one.
You see, whenever I do things like that, I'd expect my T to get lodged in somewhere, and usually it does. Apparently, no.
In that specific circumstance, yeah, you can just barely wiggle that T in. Ooh, the TXT off of that? Yo, that's fire. And it goes
Love these
into
combinations.
oh, it goes into a fractal. Oh my god. Yeah, pretty
If
going
this
crazy with
doesn't
it.
show you the versatility of TD, then I don't know what will. And look at this, Sana can barely do anything, and without the garbage blocking, yeah, no, you're not escaping that one.
Yeah, they're out of there.
Yeah, it's a really swift win. Only one bump in the hitch.
Yeah. Very, very dominant performance there.
And I think as we go deeper into the tournament, you're most likely going to see a lot more TDs. This is only the surface round 2.
Yeah. You saw how strong they were. Like both like it's like the best of like just sending a lot of damage at the start and also like being still versatile. Like, you know, TKI was so good for so long, but like TD just also sends a lot too. So I mean TKI is still like great, but like I don't know.
The meta of PPT is definitely very interesting. For a while, it's been what we've had on TKI, and then Amamiya explodes onto the scene with DT Cannon, made it extremely popular, and even has an extension named after himself, and has made it very popular within PPT, and even extended it to No Limit to an extent. And now here in 2021, 2022, we have TD, Gamushiro, Mountains of Stacking 2 making an entrance onto the scene with a slam on that.
Ah. For sure. They're just so strong. And like they also counter 4-wide, which makes the game a lot funner to watch. At least for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, I think one of the main complaints about PPT gameplay now, at least a few years ago, was that if you weren't a fast enough player, you were basically getting slammed by 4-wide. And Kazu in the Kemonomichi matchup against Amamiya, he showed just how versatile TD PC can be against center 4-wide. Now, he may be top of the caliber, but that is definitely blueprints to something grand.
Yeah, which is that's just great because like I feel like a lot of people I like before were calling for a nerf, but like eventually the community's like nowadays the community's like finding a way even without like direct involvement from Sega, which is nice.
Sega took too long. We had to develop our own strategies. We were like, nah, mate, you are out of the picture now.
I'll do it myself.
And it's very interesting to see how they actually nerfed it. They nerfed it 15 combo in, I guess, somewhere around 15 combo,
God,
and
yeah.
they nerfed it by 2 lines. That was the involvement that we got.
Incredible nerf. I think the real nerf was like fixing the speed so that people could actually play fast in PPT2 because for a while it was like
for a while we
slow.
were actually on slower tuning. That and the sound was slightly busted.
The sound was busted. I'm just remembering like the chain animation lag.
Oh, please do not remind me of that. I want it. The what? Oh, I don't even want to get into that. That's just that's an entire mess in itself.
Well, luckily we're past that time. It's fixed now.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
I mean, a few other things that I feel like have gone not unnoticed but underused is just the what do they call it? Boss mode?
Oh yeah, the boss mode, like the boss rate. I forgot like that was added post launch as like I don't know.
I think it both came so late, and because no one played skill battle, it faded into obscurity really quickly.
Yeah, I know like Wumbo streamed it for a while as like one of the main things he did, but otherwise like yeah, it's just like there's already a 3v1 like Tetris mode and it's called connected.
I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen the antics of what you could do in skill battle. Actually,
Yeah,
there are
there's a lot of missed potential there. It's pretty funny like some of the stuff you can do. I remember like the like clips. Like the clips when it came out, like Dorio just like screwing around with the terraformer stuff.
the absolute game breaking bugs that Sega didn't even bother fixing, and I. Funnily enough, that's actually what gets used nowadays in skill battle. Is the game breaking bugs essentially?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm very curious like what the skill battle meta looks like right now. Um, I remember like just spamming the like garbage PC thing in the
Yeah.
demo, just like forever because it was funny.
There is a Japanese content creator that I've run across, and they did skill battle semi regularly across the versus matches, and they actually made very good use of the terraforming and the garbage snipe. They found, I'm not sure if they found it, but they made really good use of line clears and made really absurd PCs out of it. At one point, they were able to rival bots like, I think CC, maybe not CC. Oh, my brain is forgetting names. Wataame was one of them, where they let Wataame run, and Hide Sigler, they just have to survive, and they made such good use of the terraforming.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that sounds very interesting to watch. Someone like just making the most of the admittedly like pretty weird to understand skill battle stuff.
I think if we're able to actually see people abuse the hell out of it, that is when it could possibly hit its peak.
Yeah. But I think we're going back to normal Tetris versus here, or there's gonna be Tetris because I know Arc Fox and I know they're a Tetris player. Who's on the right here?
Riku. I didn't come across that name in the bracket. Let me actually double check.
Okay.
My reading is very, very primitive. Thank you, Switch, for actually forcing Kata and Hira. I would not be able to read kanji at all.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Arc Fox is.
Oh, is this like a really good player?
It very, very may well be actually. Again, we are basically thrown in for surprise after surprise with how little we know about the Japanese scene, and it's the surprises for the better.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that prophecy from right there. Oh, are they gonna? Oh, the donate. That's so clean. That's so clean. they're playing so clean right now. Like,
I think one of the staples of Japanese Tetris is they're really fluent with the donations. Really fluent.
Yeah, and even with a bit of an unfortunately like unclean decision, they're just gonna skim through it pretty well, like really quickly. Yeah, and I don't know if Arc Fox is able to get anything going, especially with that eyepiece misdrop there. No!
ArcFox was really trying to get things going. They they built a DT over the garbage with extra garbage underneath just to try and get something going, and it's backfiring after some misdrops too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again we're seeing the TD here. ArcFox trying for some LST, but the garbage coming in clean. And yeah, ArcFox is forced to make some compromises there.
SRS.
Oh, I thought
Yes.
that was gonna need 180, but it did not. ArcFox was able to make
It
that
gets
spin.
away with it with the pre-rotation. Now he needs to live, which is much easier said than done when you don't have a J piece. 2-0 up for Riku now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, Riku going for, I think this is Gamashiro here. And
Now
Riku's
it's
going
battle
for
of the PCs.
Oh, they both
get it
get
at the same time.
Yeah, nothing was gained. Riku going for DPC here.
And look at this timing. Is that timing from ArcFox or is that a misdrop? Oh,
Yeah.
well, there's the misdrop.
And Riku has plenty of time to set up another PC there. Man, ArcFox is just getting buried under that loop.
Yeah, if ArcFox wants to make a move, he needs to make it now, and there we go. Now he tries pulling out his specialty, the sprint.
Yeah, ooh, this is sprinting on top of self-made garbage there. Probably not the best course of action, but ArcFox does open up garbage access. Not quickly enough, though. Riku's just not stopping.
Now you're requiring the reverse sweep from ArcFox, and seeing how the first 4 rounds have gone, you really need to pull something out.
Yeah. Oh no, the misdrop on the Haji spin, I think. I don't know. But...
I'm fairly certain that was Pelican. I don't know my floater openers.
But Riku messes up a T-spin, not gonna send that much right now, but
it's
still have plenty more down the pipeline.
Yeah. It's all cheese on the side of ArcFox. If down stacks what's happened, they need to happen now, and it doesn't. Riku takes a sweep over ArcFox and moves straight to the 3rd round. No hitches whatsoever.
Yeah.
Again, Japanese talent just goes so deep, and we have no idea what brews.
They're going pretty crazy over there. For sure.
I genuinely wonder if we actually had more Japanese players turn out, because remember, this is at 9 in the morning. This started at 9 in the morning, and check-in was probably earlier. If we had more of a Japanese turnout, imagine how much more we could be exposed to as the Western side.
Yeah. Yeah, this is only the very tip of the iceberg. And they're already they're going crazy. Man.
And do you remember, you can always put in exclamation brackets to see who's participating and where the bracket stands.
Wonder how much Western talent is gonna be left here. It seems to be pretty evenly split between Japanese names and English names, at least relatively.
Who do you think from the international side are going to make deep runs? I have my money directly on Jaden, of course.
Yeah. Jaden, I mean, Anameru and Rinto seem to be fighting.
Oh my god! Mochi and Rimumu was in round 2! What? Wait, this is...
Oh no, dude. No.
Wait, this is actually some cursed seeding. What is happening? Wait, no way. Rimumu versus Mochi already happened. What?
Those are like the two strong players. Did they already happened? Oh no.
That is. Oh, I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh no. But did they like go by like PPT2 Puzzle League rating? They just like I hope that's not the case. Man.
I'd imagine there's some more internal seeding because they probably have some internal profiles, but even then, if anything, I'd imagine it would be the internationals to shake the scene up. But there's no way you get that sort of matchup that early.
Mm. Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's still going to be like more good matches on the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, there is a lot of talent in this thing, so I'm sure we'll get some good stuff. And I see that Puyo is actually like 5-0'd someone, so maybe they didn't drop out. And maybe I was mistaken.
You know, another interesting match that happened. Og Fox versus Amy was basically round 1.
Yeah.
What? Just
That's
for those
crazy.
who weren't updated with the bracket.
Wait.
Void? Wait. Oh yeah, they lost 5-3 down.
Oh my. Oh, and that's the person that ArcFox just fought on stream. Damn.
What is?
So Void has to literally like make a loser's run from round 1. Ooh, that's.
And just as another note, Amemiya is active. They do have just one sweep under their belts.
Mm. Void versus Amy is losers round 2.
That does not sound right in the slightest. I'm sorry. What?
Well, I feel bad for them. I don't know what there is to say about that. Amy's very good. Void's very good. Man. I hope one of them makes like a really long losers run, but
Well, one of them has to, given that they match up that early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Actually, I can't even say that because the winner of that faces Mochi. Jesus.
Wait, that's Mochi?
Mochi.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh my god.
This is. Oh, you know what this feels like? This feels like some randomizer seeding. I am not trying to throw shade, but oh my lordy, the matches that have happened already. It actually makes me wonder how they are seeded, because if yeah, rating would actually have to be my best guess at this point. If it's not rating, then I don't know what to go off.
In the game where you can choose your own rating at the very start. Jeez, that's. I mean, that would make sense.
It's very hard though, because if you're in Puzzle League and you get batted around by players.
Yeah. Like, unfortunately, inactive queues are always going to be slightly less accurate. And is PPT2 Switch like more active than? Well, I mean, it would have to be more active than like PC, but
The problem is you still have to hit prime times because if you don't, you're getting one match every half hour.
Yeah. Man.
I'm also just going to refresh the bracket because I don't know if it updates live once scores get reported.
Yeah. I have never seen a tournament use Tonamel before. So this is like...
Yeah, because... Wait, I may be wrong on that. I'm just going to shut up. I don't... But the West definitely doesn't use it, if that says anything.
Yeah.
Because we've situated with Challenge, Battlefi, and Match Arena, as far as I'm aware. Start's another one, but maybe a bit less so.
Ooh, I don't know many Japanese names, but I do know that one. Looks like we're gonna...
Little fun story. We actually saw Riku just a bit ago.
Yeah, we're seeing Riku versus Amemiya here.
Hello.
It looks like they're following Riku around a bit, but this should be interesting. The one and only.
Now, one thing to keep an eye on, because if you haven't been watching Amemiya, he's also adapted TDs, but he actually does it in a different way. Instead of transposing into the PCs and trying to go into DPC, he actually transposes it into full wides. So keep your eye out for that if he does do it.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I already knew like DT4 wide was kind of his thing, but
yeah,
like...
and you waste no time going straight into MS2. And look at that garbage too.
Ooh, that's really nice, and Amamiya is gonna go for a nice combo continuation.
It's wow. Actually, I say that Riku burnt quite a bit of eyepieces, and now he's just fighting for a massive drought.
Yeah.
Cash is a pretty early L from Amemiya.
Yeah, and again, gonna go for this TD here. I think Amamiya was like beginning to build up the 4Y just a little bit there. Like, instead of like going for the PCs, just building up on the side. But
having a very versatile stack and reacting rather than trying to follow a predetermined plan. Because you do have a lot less speed to work with in PPT, so you need to be very cautious about how you actually plan your attacks out. And speaking of planning your attacks out, one of the things in PPT is that your back to backs in higher combos actually do matter quite a bit. I mean, you're making perfect use of the T-spin mini to actually follow it up with a back-to-back Tetris and take a massive spike into consideration.
Yeah, that... Oh, I see.
And there you go. Here comes the 4-wide. This is gonna be one of Amamiya's keys once he actually gets to the higher. Oh boy.
Yeah,
and
rough pieces.
Oh, and this is one of the downsides of actually having to do 4-wide is that if you get the wrong cue, you are quickly out of options. And Riku takes full advantage of that, getting on the board 2-1.
Yeah, Amamiya, I think, seems to be like trying to cancel most of his opponent's TD here. And yeah, it seems to be netting him like really clean garbage, at least this time around. And yeah,
wow.
Amamiya just staying so clean, so solid there.
perfect understanding of how much garbage he's going to get, and he just plays fearlessly. He played up to 19, so, like at one point even 20 height there, and just ignored it, continued to stack.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is basically the only game he like streams other than I guess Tetris 99. So Amiya has like a lot of practice here. Very, very comfortable with this specific iteration of the game. And yeah, it just doesn't stop. Again, Riku just unable to get out there.
Too much pressure from the side of Amamiya. If you can't keep up the speed, it's just you're going to get out pressured. His down stacking is phenomenal. His timing is great.
Yeah. Wait, is there a forward incoming? No.
The other thing with expecting a lot of forward is that, yeah, it takes a lot of time to build up, and it takes a lot of time to actually execute. So it's much easier for Amamiya to go back to back and just clean it out.
Yeah, very true. It's a very committal option. And yeah, Amiya definitely cleaning that set out 5-1.
And just especially putting no time to waste with putting pressure, because the other thing with PPT garbage is, as Azura mentioned, garbage is not the cleanest. It's not 100%. It's not 100% messiness if you're used to Gestress. It's more like 133, 140%, say, where you actually have that chance to have your attack hold switch. And because Amamiya is able to put such a show with his back-to-backs, quite a bit of Riku's garbage actually came out cheese. And if you're not able to scale that fast enough, you're just gonna get out pressured by the garbage, which happened then and there.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, you gotta be really careful. Like, accepting garbage is kind of a gamble.
Especially if you're Kazu and you're trying to build an STSD.
Yeah, for sure. Wait,
Just
so...
just a quick insider's note. If you ever have that situation, just do a JRL spin. It might not send garbage, but it definitely helps clean it up.
Yeah, for sure. Ultimate knowledge is like just comes in handy when you're trying to fix your stat.
Man, we really don't see Allspin too much, do we? Like the most prominent we've seen it thus far is with Baseball Boy.
Yeah. Baseball Boy with that King of Stackers knowledge.
Oh man, imagine the chaos he would have caused if he actually participated in the tournament.
Yeah. So I can't even imagine. But there's some really funny spins you can do with SRS.
I think because everyone is so used to the T spin triple, no one comes to think of how cursed the S and Z spin triples are. Just first and foremost, the kick of it. Like there's the normal kick where you do the overhang, but there is the one odd kick where you have the minnow right in front of the ZRS.
It's like an underhang.
Like I'm fairly certain the JRL does not have that jank a kick. Like I know there is an overhang where you can have two spaces and it works, but that does not go anywhere as far as the ZRS.
Yeah.
Also, just an update on the bracket. We actually do have Jaden and Anamaru as a possible matchup. They're sitting in round
Yeah.
4, cozy.
I think they're going to stream all of top 8, so we'll see. We'll see at least one of them here.
And just as another note, that the winner of that match actually faces Vimumu in the semis.
Ooh, that should be fun.
Just gonna do another refresh to make sure I've got my
Mm-hmm.
bracket up to date.
Yeah, I'm looking through it as well. I hope they're making sure all the matches are being played. Man.
Wow, I'm looking through the both brackets, and there was a lot of international talent meeting really early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, so was Jaded seed 1?
I
don't know if like top left is seed 1. I don't know.
think participants is the seeding, I think. Nope,
Okay.
I am very much wrong. I am.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I really doubt that.
Trying to like see.
I wonder if there's a way to find seeding somewhere here. It's probably on the bracket itself, and I'm just blind as a bat.
I don't see it. Like I'm clicking into like these matches as well, and it's like doesn't seem to be there. I don't know.
Interesting.
I wonder if seeding just isn't public or something.
It's most likely internal if that's the case. Yeah, I can't imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. When you look at this bracket conventionally, you'd assume that Jaden is seeded first because usually first seed sits all the way at the top of the bracket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in that case, well, if I'm like trying to like think about how seeds usually go, and Amamiya's in the bottom side of semifinals. Does that mean like you seed like 7th or wait, no, it would be no, that
C2
would be
probably.
C2 maybe.
No, I take that back.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe C. Wait, no, it would be like 1 and 4 and then 2 and 3. Maybe C3. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
When you don't see the seeds, it very quickly becomes very confusing.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel really bad for all the people who are like going O2 or like likely going to go O2 just due to unfortunate matchups. Like I think Salted Bread, like
Salted went out to Helio.
yeah, Salted went out to Helio. Yeah, unfortunate.
I have to wonder how is Amy versus Void going up because they've been at it for a while now. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 64 margin.
I wonder why weren't the 16-second increments in that? Why is it only 32? It is, because I think it skips right over 48 seconds.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like
You know what? Let me verify that right now. I have my Switch right in front of me.
okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure just like it just goes by 32. Um, default is 96, so very interesting that it's like kind of in between. But here we go. This is going to be Tetris versus Tetris, I think.
Well, I was unable
Yeah.
to cash in there.
Ooh, C-spin. Interesting.
Well, that's something you don't see every day.
I mean that works well with the garbage that they got going into an Imperial Cross there.
You know what? I'm actually a bit surprised that C-spin isn't as big as it is, or like at least in popularity. Like it's one of the more uncommon yet popular openers you see.
Yeah. And yeah, either way from the looks of it, oh my god, they're going for a TSC tower. Okay.
Yep. Hello.
Yeah, huge
If you
continuation there.
if you know your situation, you might as well go for it.
Yeah. Wait, are they gonna? Okay, they're going to go for like a little bit of a four-way, but mainly just down stacking actually. Ooh, excellent donation from person on the right there. Very well done.
Yeah, Firenze is actually doing a really good job of survival. They've been over 10 height for quite a bit now. And they are squeezing as much back to back as they can to stay alive, but the IPs clips the LPs. And that's going to give the first win over to Hikaru.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice PC. Not gonna get a second here.
They
Ooh,
are
size
gonna
for
build
wide.
a really nice 4 wide though. Can they get something out of it is the question. Because
Get
oh, that's a really nice extension with the 9. However, there is a pretty solid rebuttal coming out of France.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Franz barely gets a
just barely
T-spin.
squeezing it.
Yeah, but they don't have an eyepiece in time, and that's gonna be it. 2-0. Again, like that garbage blocking is not gonna let Franz get that PC there. Going for the boomerang in order to keep that SCSD going.
And also trying to find as much run as they can on the way down to try and prolong some of the attack, because look at this clean garbage. You have so much time in the world to actually tank.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're both trying to power stack. The question is who comes out on top, and it looks like Hikaru, because look at that. Oh, that was some pretty severe misdrops, and that puts them way behind France.
Mm-hmm.
But now, can Hikaru actually... Can they actually capitalize on this? Because France is finding some really good defensive stuff here.
The Shiku coming out, yeah. Looks like they are able to capitalize.
One strong suit of France is that they're finding a lot of defensive resources, but they're not able to squeeze all of them out in time. And a lot of the time, they're also just stuck in garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So really relying on Hikaru to try and, I guess, find more consistency than Hikaru, which is not really happening. Three to Hikaru's name and not a single one to Francis.
Yeah, Hikaru is really running away with it. What is this setup? That's a TSC on top of a Trinity. Yeah, just running victory laps around them, apparently. What was that?
Oh, I think it was King Crimson. I didn't catch that one properly, but I'd imagine Firestorm's probably happy about that one.
Mm-hmm. A huge upstack from Hikaru here.
Yeah, that's really good. And I think really the only saving grace for France is that it's really clean garbage, so they at least have something to work with. And now are trying to scale down as fast as they can, try and get something out of this.
Yeah, what is... okay, Hikaru going for a little bit of a 4-way here, kind of.
And they get kind of decent combo out of this. Now it's all she's up for France, and they have a lot of their own problems to work with to even get down there first. And as much as they try and go for donations, Hikaru was just putting on too much pressure. Yeah, not able to squeeze a single round out of it. Close, but no cigar every single time. Hikaru does not let any momentum get away from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very nice. Especially because, like, you're not really protected when, like, there's line clear delay. So, like, the fact that Hikaru was just forcing friends into the situations where they just had to take skims, just kind of like a slippery slope. Like, they had no way to get out of that, for sure.
And it hurts for France as well, because at some point they were trying to time, but it just wasn't working for them. They were having to deal with more pressure than they were able to deal with. And when they weren't timing, they were just getting pressured. They had to run full speed. Hikaru was really just in the driver's seat the entire time.
Yeah, they just had like little to no room to breathe at all.
I do wonder if someone was able to actually clip that one moment and see if it was a King Crimson. I'm fairly certain it was being the Trinity.
Yeah. That was definitely like a super cool setup.
And you know what? I think we should see more of that, because remember, there are things like the King Crimson, the Royal Silver, the Darkness Kazu special. We could definitely see a lot more of that, given this is tuning limit and you have a bit more time to actually get away with that. Now, as you can see on the screen, we are preparing for the top 8. Now we're just waiting for our losers bracket to catch up. We might actually run a few losers matches, I'd imagine.
Oh, shoot.
Wait. Is this
oh, Amy?
Oh,
this is Amy against... Hang on, let me check the bracket.
This is Mochi, one of... This is a scary match. Yeah, Mochi trying to stay as clean as possible, trying to get away with any and every inch of donation they can get with.
Yeah.
I do remember Amy is one of our highest seeds, I'd imagine, on the international side.
Definitely one of the stronger Western contenders here. And yeah, they seem to be dealing with Mochi pretty well here.
Mochi is also going ham on this stack, though. It was a really nice set of clears to actually get out of the situation for the most part. But Amy actually trying to put any breaks to anything Mochi's trying to do. But Mochi's just finding these down stacks really nicely. So is Amy, but she doesn't have the resources. That T is one piece late.
Yeah, and that Mochi takes the first round.
Now, it's very interesting to actually see the... I don't want to say the generational clashes because, but in terms of the openers, you can see that Mochi is much more quote unquote modernized. While Amy is sticking to her guns and what she knows with STD. And
Yeah, and Mochi with the 4-wide continuation there, just very,
taking a
very
buck out
strong
of
combo.
Amamiya. Taking a buck out of Amamiya because why not? He's in the tournament. You might as well prepare.
Yeah, but that was just really nicely timed. The Finn! Amy,
Let's go.
that was really nice, but thing is that gonna stop the
Can she
4-wide?
follow up?
Oh no. Yeah, the 4-wide's coming out now. Amy's gonna be tested against such a big combo, but Mochi misdrops it. Oh, more
And that's the
misdrops!
second misdrop, and Amy's on the board.
Yeah.
Putting herself on early, 2-1. She still has to make quite the climb, though.
Definitely a bit of a climb against such a strong player like Mochi. This time going for an STD that takes a little, or a TD that takes a little longer to build. Going to skim out of the 4-wide I believe they had ready. Yeah, I wonder if they like would have went for a side 4-wide, but like they definitely realized that they had garbage incoming in and immediately reacted there. Excellent cut copy from Amy. Reading a lot with that S piece. That's not going to work out.
Unfortunately, the I piece actually clips on the 7th? On the 7th column.
Yeah.
Any other piece would have done it, but it's the I piece that actually runs into it.
Ooh, Hachi spin misdrop on Mochi's end. Gonna need to do a little bit of skimming.
What?
Amy.
Okay, this is just New York Tech. All right, what are you brewing over there in the south?
Mochi with a misdrop going to build a TST on top that only clears a single. Yeah, Amy's gonna have the punish ready for that.
Great sense of awareness on Amy's side, and she just punishes, times it to perfection, evens it up, and we're into the mid game.
Yeah. All right, Hachi spin.
And it's a color clear for Mochi. Not able to do much with it. However, it is fairly clean for them. So
yeah, excellent donation there from Mochi. But Amy...
Mochi does have to be careful because Amy has a lot of clean on her side.
Yeah, and she's definitely gonna try to follow up now. Mochi is really high up. Amy's gonna need just a bit more pressure though, and right now Mochi
the problem is the pressure doesn't come fast enough, and Mochi's actually down and out.
Yeah. Mochi just has clean enough garbage to work with there. Imperial Cross that clears just the right lines it needs to clear. And I mean, looking at that setup initially, you wouldn't expect it to be as clean as it was. Maybe not the cleanest, but still like very solid.
I mean, that's just having the knowledge of what your spins are and what lines they clear. Now, unfortunately for Mochi, it does mean that they spend a bit too much time trying to solve that, and immediately back up to 15. And Amy, for a bit, she is on the driver's seat, but these misdrops can... Oh!
Yeah, the misdrops kind of turned the tide there, and Mochi able to get the pressure out at just the right time. Bring it to match point here.
2 required to bring it to the final round and 3 to take it home. And this is just staving off elimination, mind you.
Yeah. This is what, round 3? Like losers round 3? Yeah.
Tried and tested. Oof.
Yeah, Amy forced to take an unfortunate skim there just to stay alive, and Mochi's
just
not
barely living. However, she does have quite the cheese to work with, and Mochi is in prime position to attack.
Oh
Can
no!
she get out in time? She can't. That's just one line blocking too much. And Mochi survives, takes Amy off of the leaderboards.
Yeah. Very well done.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's just a testament to pressure again, and how deep this Japanese pool really runs.
Yeah.
And if anything, that Rimumu Mochi game was a sweep from the winners bracket. Streams like Haishin is delivery. I'd assume somewhere along that line.
Okay, we are not going to winners finals. Or...
Thank the stars, because Jesus.
Okay.
our restreamer is not having it. If you're not if it's not audible to you, Lord.
Yeah, so...
Alright, thank you for the clarification. I cannot read kanji, though.
Yeah, so this is Fran and Mochi, I believe. What is that? Yeah, that eyepiece, just skyscraper on the left side of Franz's board.
Hey, who's showing them my sprint data?
Wait, do you do that in sprint, or like?
Because I treat it as ultra. Yes. My 20 TSDs is not pretty. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Ooh, the eyepiece misdrop on Franz's side.
It's fairly benign, but the problem is we're in a game where speed matters much more to keep up with your opponents. Yeah, now Mochi has a really clear escape path, and it's a lot. There's quite a bit of cheese on Franz's side. And look at this 3-wide.
Ooh, that's not something you see very often. And
now, can Mochi actually convert something out of it? Because Franz is finding really good defensive. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That 11 chin.
Go off. And they turn it right around. Mochi now on the receiving end, because they weren't able to get enough out of that 3-wides. And Franz takes the first game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and... Alright, going for LST versus a TD opener here. Yeah, I know a lot of like Tetris players would just like commit to the PC and go for the color clear even after receiving garbage, but in PPT it's a little more punishing. You probably just want to go for back-to-back as Mochi just did. Right, looking for a very nice donation. Mochi has a lot of clean garbage to protect themselves with.
This is a very unfavorable board for Franz. They really need to get down, and that garbage hole, tantalizingly close. Just where are the resources? Where are the resources? They're not there. Mochi answers one right back.
Yeah, this is gonna be a close set for sure. They're really going at it. All right, another TD from Mochi's side. Ooh.
This is a fairly dangerous one of that. They're really playing with the garbage hole and trying to get everything out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Does cancel early to try and get the back-to-back started, because they are a fair bit high. And now it transposes into a mid game. Who's able to actually push stuff
There's that
into
like
an advantage?
Yeah, I think it's like called a super spiral. Oh no. Yeah, Franz topped out, but they had like the L spin skim into TST setup that I see Dormy do sometimes.
Oh, it's not the boomerang, is it?
No, no, boomerang is STSD. That I think it's like super spiral or some like name like that. Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, if you said ZRS, I just think not a Lucy, the drain pipe.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Really clean tucks from Mochi to try and keep their TSDs up.
Yeah,
And it's
Franz
paying
was.
off quite well because they're actually managing to survive at about 10 heights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the incomplete TST there from Mochi. It looks like they stacked up those Z
Oh,
pieces.
hello. France trying to push for an advantage, and Mochi's unable to respond in time.
Yeah.
Evening it right up, 2-2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like Mochi just stacking up a quick, like, 4 or 5 here. Or bronze.
And look at how benign France is actually being with their stack.
With excellent timing on Franz's end there. Take the TSS.
Now conversions mean everything, and Mochi has really clean garbage. France not so much the same, or at least not so much accessible. Can Mochi actually capitalize on it now?
Yeah.
France barely makes it out, and now it's a battle of who can actually.
Looks like Franz is going to be able to get to that garbage first before Mochi can pressure him out there. And yeah, from the looks of it, love that awareness to just go for the TSS. Always very nice to see from this high level play. And oh, the misdrop on the Z
piece. Big
piece.
misdrop, but wait a minute. Whereas Mochi's T pieces, they take just as much the brunt, maybe even worse. And yeah, that is head on a swivel right there. And now it's France to lead. What the hell is happening here?
What the?
Is this? I'm not gonna comment on that. What? Best of 3.
Best of 3. Yeah.
By the way, this is a losers match. I don't know if that was mentioned before.
Yeah. And yeah, from the looks of it here, Mochi with that J spin to complete that clean counting to 4, but Franz isn't really in too much danger.
France is just finding the right defensive resources just at the right time, making it really hard for Mochi to actually find any sort of advantage to push.
Oh no, the S misdrop on Franz's side. Mochi bring it to match point. Mochi going for the super spire. Both players have gone for this, like, I think it was called kaleidoscope in chat. Maybe that's the correct term. The really strange L spin into TST.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it has 2 different names across the communities. Remember that TKI has is very different from from Japan to international.
Yeah, for sure.
Because our TKI is their Kaimak TSD, and their TKI is our C spin.
Bro thinks he's Neppy DC.
Okay, chat, Jesus.
And well, with that, Mochi does move on here. Apparently,
and
there was
Mochi's barely squeezes that out after taking a 19 high kaleidoscope.